Now it's time to get a check on the latest from the presidential campaign in the United States with Solange Mougin. Solange, great to see you. Today you're focusing on racism and specifically comments about curry that went viral. Tell us more.
Yeah, over the past week, there has been a great deal of buzz about the Trump campaign's relationship to curry, the food, the spices that you eat. And I'm going to break down where these comments came from and how the Republican Party knows that they and other racist comments could be a liability for Trump. To do this, I need to tell you about a woman. Her name is Laura Loomer. She is a 31-year-old right-wing influencer and conspiracy theorist. As she said that 9/11 was, quote unquote, an inside job. She is also a self-proclaimed racist. She has described Islam as, quote, a cancer on humanity. She signs tweets with the hashtag Proud Islamophobe. She has over 1 million followers on X. And earlier this month, she traveled with Donald Trump to the debate and to 9/11 memorial services. She also tweeted the following statement 3 days before those services on September 8th. She wrote, quote, if Kamala Harris wins, the White House will smell like curry, and the White House speeches will be facilitated via a call center.
Wow. Now, this statement rightfully has received a lot of backlash.
Yeah, the tweet refers to Harris's South Asian heritage. Her mother was born in India and her father is from Jamaica. And it was quickly criticized by Democrats and Republicans, even ones that you wouldn't necessarily expect. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who has a history of controversial statements, she wrote, quote, this is appalling and extremely racist. It does not represent who we are as Republicans or MAGA. And a senator tweeted that Loomer is hurting Trump's chances of winning. Laura Loomer is a crazy conspiracy theorist who regularly utters disgusting garbage intended to divide Republicans. Now, J.D. Vance also weighed in on television on Meet the Press, saying that Loomer's comments were not important. And then, and this is where the story gets even more racially charged, he said, quote, whether you're eating curry at your dinner table or fried chicken, things have gotten more expensive thanks to her, Kamala Harris, policies. Now, there was immediate backlash to that comment, saying that Vance was now also making anti-black commentary by referring to fried chicken. One commentator called him on social media a quote-unquote KKK whisperer. Vance, in turn, said all of this was a media frenzy over nothing, that he grew up eating fried chicken. As a side note here, it's also important to note that Vance's wife
I was going to jump in there.
Is of Indian ancestry. She attended an event after the comment where they kissed after the interview. As for Donald Trump's response, it is a mixed bag. On the one hand, Trump has said he disagrees with Loomer's statements, but he's also said that he doesn't control her and that she's a free spirit. And she has, of course, been traveling with him since those comments.
Exactly. So she has his ear. Now, are we giving too much attention to this person's comments?
Well, you could argue that, and that is actually what the Vance camp has been trying to do, which begs the question of why are they doing that, especially considering the history of racially charged comments from Trump and his team, and considering also that some, but not all, of his supporters buy into this notion of white grievance, or that they've been left behind in favor of minorities. So what's interesting here is the bigger picture, the role that racial identity is playing in the campaign. Take, for example, this past summer. There was backlash when Trump questioned Harris's ethnicity with these words.
She was always of Indian heritage, and she was only promoting Indian heritage. I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black. So I don't know, is she Indian or is she black?
Now, since then, Trump has backpedaled. At the debate, he did so, saying that Harris can be whatever she wants to be, all the while pushing as well racially charged and false accusations about Haitians, about immigrants eating pets. Now, political analysts say that the Republican Party wants to stay as far away as possible from racially charged comments in this campaign, because while it may speak to a white supremacist minority, it does the opposite in regard to minorities minority voters and also even white moderate voters that Trump needs to woo to win the election. And studies show that not only have white American voters become more sympathetic to minorities and to racial unfairness since the Obama administration, but studies also show that explicit racism often backfires in campaigns because overt racism violates social norms and the ideals of equality that many voters have. Both Republicans and Democrats, they know this. Harris today, for example, is doing a live stream with Oprah Winfrey called Unite for America. And as for the Republicans, well, some Trump critics say in his party wonder if he'll be able to toe the line of not too many racially charged comments and not too many scary influencers.
Do you like curry?
I do love curry.
I love a good curry.
Spicy curry, especially.
Of course, it has to be spicy. What else? Thank you very much for that, Solange Mougin, there on the state of the race.